Nupur Sharma is joining us on the phone line. Nupur, thank you very much for speaking to Republic TV. Indeed, a great relief for you, Nupur. But let me begin by asking you, you have been relentlessly fighting this out with the Trinamool government in Kolkata, time and again speaking as to how the government has been trying to harass you. Take our viewers through what really transpired, what you had to go through along with your staff members.
So as far as the West Bengal government is concerned, we got a notice, we got an FIR notice for interrogation of my husband first. And the FIR was filed against him because we had ended up using a number which was taken in his name. Thereafter, he was interrogated for hours. When they realized that they can't pin him down because my husband is ridiculously apolitical. So when they realized they can't pin him down, in the evening, we got another FIR, a different FIR, and a summons for me and my husband both to Lal Bazar, which is the headquarters, the police headquarters. I was interrogated thereafter by the rowdy section of the detective department, which is a little ridiculous because that section is actually dedicated to, interrogating hardened criminals, Naxals, crime syndicate lords, etc. So we were interrogated by them. I would actually like to thank the Kolkata police because they were very respectful and they treated me with a lot of dignity, which is, I was very surprised and very thankful. Anywho, thereafter, there was a little bit of a silence. And later we realized another FIR had been filed against me. And they had picked up an article which we had written about 9 months ago on the Durga Puja Pandal in Calcutta and how Azan was played in one of the pandals by the mayor, if I recall correctly. So it was a 9-month-old article that was picked up and another FIR was filed. Through it all, we tried to stay calm and we tried to trust the process of the law. And the Supreme Court has reinstated my belief now that when you side with dharma and when you side with the right, justice does prevail. So I'm glad that for people like us as well, who the establishment wants to hound, there is somebody who will look out for our interests and our freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom of the press. So I'm extremely happy. My team is extremely relieved that at least for now we can get back to work.
And Nupur, Rhythm here, I've spoken to your entire team, Nupur. I've seen the 119-page SLP that's been filed in the Supreme Court. As I say, a huge congratulations to you and all the free journalists out there, because this is a triumph for any journalist who wants to continue with free investigations. I've also seen the kind of consistent effort that's been put in by your legal team of Mr. Ravi Sharma, Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani in the court, Nupur. It's one of the first unprecedented times that we are seeing the Supreme Court come in and say these 3 FIRs are stayed, viewers, and this has not happened earlier. So what I'm trying to impress upon the viewers, Nupur, is the kind of consistent harassment and torture that the Op India team went through at the hands of the West Bengal government. Just take us through that so that people understand, to put out a fresh investigation or a fresh story that you are, the kind of horror, the kind of harassment that you had to go through, Nupur.
Honestly, when I joined Op India and when we started, the founder, Rahul Roshan, he started Op India, we knew that we would be hounded because we were going up against an all-powerful establishment. And when they can't counter you, because they have no counter, our reports are based on facts, they resort to intimidatory tactics. I think what was most troubling was that my family was dragged in. My husband was interrogated. There was an FIR against him. In fact, out of concern, my father had accompanied my husband to the police station for the interrogation. And even my father, who is 70 years old, he was also told that, if you don't get your daughter to delete these articles and if you don't tell your daughter to calm down, then at this age, I'm sure you don't want to see your son-in-law and your daughter be put in jail for 7 years. So the intimidation was
Yes.
constant. It was, it was very evident that it was a planned effort to intimidate the team, me, all of us. But honestly, it was Ravi Sharma, who is my lawyer, Mahesh Jethmalani ji. Because of them, I could stay sane. Because of my CEO, Rahul Roshan, I could stay sane. And most importantly, I think this is a message not just to journalists, but also to women who want to come out and voice their opinions. Through it all, even though my father was threatened, my husband was interrogated, both of them stood behind me like a rock. They said that, since you're on the right, we are going to fight it out. Whatever comes our way, we are in it together. So the intimidation was strong and it was constant. However, when you know that you're in the right and when you know you have to fight it out, you just do what is required. And I think the Supreme Court has vindicated our stand today to a large extent.
Absolutely. Nupur, in fact, the last time I spoke to Ravi, I was trying to get in touch with Mr. Jethmalani. I've been in touch with them over, in fact, several such cases. You've been a great support when it comes to such cases because you've always championed the cause of freedom of the press. You've been one of the first people to pioneer this, and we're seeing in your case how the Supreme Court has upheld this freedom. The one message, Nupur, that you would like to give to all the journalists, some of them, of course, a part of this Lutyens lobby, who very selectively choose to speak out when it helps them, but when it really comes to these state governments who try to muzzle the voice of free press, especially when it comes to, like I read in the petition also, your father, who was also there in the police station the first time around when the interrogation was happening, or yourself, and how the threatening questions were being put forward, how there was this menacing tone of arrest that was always given to you if those articles were not deleted. What is the message that first would go across to free journalists who want to do their job, and second also to that certain selective lobby that chooses to be quiet?
My message to journalists who choose to stand against the establishment is this. If you know you're right, stand your ground. It's scary, it's intimidatory. You don't know if there's anybody who will come to your rescue if you're in trouble. And I won't lie, it's not like I was strong throughout. I had a lot of episodes where I was extremely worried because I have a family. And more than for myself, I was worried for my family. So that was there. But if you stand your ground, ultimately the truth wins and ultimately justice prevails. At least we have to believe that justice prevails. Otherwise, what are we even fighting for? So to all the journalists, please stand your ground and do not let them intimidate you. To the lobby who chooses to keep quiet and chooses to selectively speak up when it's their speech under threat and endorse our speech being under threat, honestly, I would like to thank them as well. Because if they weren't so hypocritical and if they weren't so selective, I don't think we would have the strength and the courage of conviction to go on. So their selectivity and their hypocrisy has also helped us stay strong. So for whatever it's worth, thank you to them as well, because they helped us through it, even though that was not their intention. But their hate, their hypocrisy helped us to stand by our conviction and to fight for it.
And Nupur, over the last few weeks, where I have been speaking to your legal team, we've come through to know through them the kind of ordeal you went through. I would like to know, what has the impact of these been on your family? I've been through those 3 FIRs, the interrogation methods that were used, the way the harassment happened. I would just like to give our viewers a sense of what free journalists go through when such episodes happen. So please give our viewers a sense of what someone like you, who's been coming out day in and day out, carrying out exposes that have shaken the conscience of certain political parties who were trying to hide behind certain scams. Everything that you've done has been pointed fingers and asked questions. What was it that you went through over the past few weeks and your family? Give us some details of that, Nupur.
Different people in your family react differently to such situations. My father was a rock. he stood by me and he told me that no matter what, we are going to fight this out, and there's absolutely no way that we give an inch to the people who are trying to intimidate us. My husband was also a rock. However, my mother and my sisters and a lot of other members of the family, like my grandmother, they were extremely worried because, after all, beyond work, beyond journalism, beyond what we do, we have a family. And when you know that when the state government is willing to drag in your family into the investigation, and when, they are willing to hound your family, there is always a nagging thought that, what if they, decide to go a step further? What else can they possibly do? What other methods can they possibly use? You're scared for your daughter, you're scared for your husband, you're scared for your parents. All of that obviously comes with the territory. It was an ordeal, but, I don't think any journalist or any person who's being hounded by the state machinery can get through it unless they have an extremely strong family. So my family was extremely scared. They were scared for me, I was scared for them. But eventually I think we all got through it because we knew that we could not give an inch.
Absolutely. And thank you, Nupur. We also tell you at Republic TV, with every journalist who's fighting a state government, who's trying to muzzle the voice of free press, we are with them. Thank you for joining with us. The Supreme Court has upheld the voice of the free press. It's a victory for all the journalists out there. It's back to you, Shravan, in the studios.